Hello everyone and welcome back to Brink of Speed. Today my 2020 C8 Corvette has hit 4,000 miles and this mid-engine ownership has been good. However, I wanted to give you a real life 4,000 mile experience of this beautiful 2020 C8 Corvette. I mean, there's a lot of channels out there right now with the 2020 C8 Corvette, and they're definitely giving you a lot of great content. They're talking about, you know, putting turbochargers on it, you know, putting exhaust, doing all sorts of modifications to it. But I really haven't heard anybody except for my boy Clarence over at Speed 252 talk about a real life experience after 4,000 miles or during that 4,000 miles. And so that's what I want to bring to you today. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you so much for the continued support from all of my wonderful Brink of Speed community. I really appreciate all of your kind words and support. Real quickly though, before we get started, I want to show you something that GM sent me. It's really cool, so here you go. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This came in the mail just yesterday. It's a really nice packaged deal here. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. You've got a beautiful Stingray logo here, the C8 logo, and then Stingray on this box. And this whole box feels like velvety. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got this little tab right here to pull, and it opens up like that. And look at that. That is the clay model of the C8 Corvette that they sent me. That thing is beautiful. And it's a magnet, so it clamps right back down to this little plaque that'll come out, and I can actually mount this plaque on my wall or set it on my desk. So I think that is just so neat. And check that out. It's got the VIN number, which mine was 2272. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, GM. I really appreciate the amazing, classy gift. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, moving on. And I hope you guys can hear me good. I put this new mic with the wind protector on it, so hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. It's pretty windy, but am I still enjoying this beautiful C8? I mean, why wouldn't I enjoy this car? Look at it. It's gorgeous. It's a mid-engine supercar, not just on the outside, but also the inside. I enjoy myself every single time I look back here and see the engine is no longer in the front, it's in the rear now. I of course enjoy the wonderful space that the C8 gives you, even though if I was building this car, I would not have built this extra trunk in the back. I would have shortened it up quite a bit. But since they did, why not enjoy? And let's not forget the front trunk that I'm currently inside of right now. This extra space goes a long ways, especially when I go to the grocery store or I travel down to Houston and back. So the answer is yes, I am undoubtedly enjoying this beautiful 2020 C8 still. So people are obviously going to want to know, how have things gone with this car since I made the video about everything, you know, GM doesn't want you to know about this car. And things have gone great. I haven't had any issues with the car at all. In fact, when I had the beautiful wrap put on, they had to take the doors off on the inside, and when they put them back on, all of that vibration that was coming from back here went away. And what I found out later on about the engine is because it's an LT2 and it's a big V8, it's gonna shake and wobble a little bit. And that shouldn't concern me at all. You're probably wondering what kind of miles were these 4,000 miles that I put on this car. And to be honest, most of them were city miles. I did have quite a few highway miles, but there were also a lot of launch miles and 0 to 60 and quarter mile and even some 100 back down to 0. So this car definitely endured everything from driving like a grandpa to driving like a maniac. But the greatest part about those 4,000 miles, and didn't matter whether I was on highway or in town, is the gas mileage was phenomenal. Now I know most of you don't care about gas mileage, but just so you know, in town I averaged over 20 miles to the gallon, and on the highway over 28 miles to the gallon. Right now, my digital readout on my dash says it's got 46% life left. And as you can see, my mileage is at 4,019. And as you know, they don't recommend changing the oil until 7,500 miles. So I've got 3,500 miles left. The next thing you probably want to know is, how have these Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's held up? Well, let me show you. And here's your front tire. As you can see, pretty darn good. Another thing you're probably asking is, how have the brakes withstood the test of 4,000 miles? Well, as you can see, those rotors look great. Those pads are looking good too. Also, how has that transmission stood up to all that crazy acceleration from 0 to 60, 0 to 100, and quarter-mile times? Well, the transmission fluid is still at 91%. That's amazing. And as you know, they don't recommend changing the transmission fluid till 45,000 miles. So that puts me at 41,000 miles away from having to do so. Another question you might have is, how are these beautiful seats wearing? Well, let me show you. As you can see, they're wearing quite well. Others want to know, has this top gotten easier to take on and off and stow away in the back since I bought the car? The answer is absolutely. It is much easier than it was before, and I appreciate that it's broken in and goes on and off much easier. Another question that I'm asked is, does this car get better and better the more I drive it? And have I figured anything out about the car after 4,000 miles that I didn't know before? One thing I figured out for sure is, more people than not don't know what this darn thing is. They come up to me all the time and ask me, is that a Lamborghini? And I say, no, it's a Corvette. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I said all that to say this. I still love every bit of this 2020 C8 Corvette. I love that it's a mid-engine. I love that I'm driving a car that looks like a $300,000 to $400,000 supercar. I love the attention it gets. Even though I'm not that type of person, it's still neat to see how many people love this car and they don't even know what it is. But of course, I love the attention because of my YouTube channel right there, Brink of Speed. And so, yes, this car has, as my good friend Clarence would say, it puts a smile with every mile that I drive. It is absolutely phenomenal. By the way, if you have not checked out Clarence's YouTube page, make sure you do so. Go to Speed 252. Make sure you give him a subscribe and hit that bell notification. He's got a C7 Corvette and a C8 Corvette. So if you want both types of content, check out that channel. Also, I've got another great friend that I'd like to give a shout out to, and that's Kevin over at Exhaust Sports Auto. Make sure you go and check him out. If you like car reviews and you want somebody that's not going to tell any lies about the car, kind of like Scotty Kilmer, you're going to want to go check out Kevin's channel because he does an excellent job of reviewing all types of cars, and he gives you 100% truth. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. But that's really going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot about what to expect from your C8 after 4,000 miles. What I have been able to enjoy for 4,000 miles, and what you can definitely enjoy yourself when you get your C8. So with all of that being said, leave me a comment down below if you are getting your C8 soon, or if you already have one and you've hit 4,000 plus miles. Also, leave me a comment letting me know what you think about this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have not subscribed to the wonderful Brink of Speed community, make sure you do so by smashing that red subscribe and bell notification so that you're notified when my new content comes out. I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you out on the road.